Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my time in Budapest, shot through the lens of my Fuji X-T5. If you haven't already, please go and check out part 1, which this continues directly on from. With that being said, let's get into it. We woke up on our final day in Budapest to more grey skies and rain, which wouldn't stop for the majority of the day. With that being the case, I used the Fuji X-T5's classic negative film simulation for most of this day until it got dark, which helped me visualise in camera the moody editing style I was going to go for. This started with a pretty mundane subject, a dilapidated phone box, but with some added grain and heavy shadows, these aren't too bad for my first shots of the day. The plan for this day was to do more sightseeing, and so we headed towards our first destination, the Gellert Hill Cave. This once again brought us to Liberty Bridge as we made our way there, which isn't quite as dramatic in the day, but still a great spot for street photography. The Gellert Hill Cave, also known as St Ivan's Cave, is home to an incredible church which is open to the public for €3.50, which was well worth the price. This cave structure has been in use since the 19th century, where it was inhabited by a family, before being closed off until the 1920s, where it started to be used as a chapel and monastery. There's a lot more to learn about the cave's history inside it, and I definitely recommend the audio tour if you visit. Despite not being religious, the cave church was very impressive, and one of the highlights of the trip. Right next to the church is the start of the trail up Gellert Hill, which is a 235 metre climb to the top, but well worth it for the best views of Budapest and the Danube. This was a fairly easy climb as we took regular breaks to take in the views, and was a nice peaceful break from the rest of the city. This is easily the best spot to shoot the city from above, with a highlight being this shot, which has some really nice layers to it. With the grey sky, city skyline, Liberty Bridge above the Danube, and viewing platform all in frame. At the top of Gellert Hill is the Citadella, which sadly was closed for renovations at the time, so the best I could get was some B-roll from the outside. In the evening we had a few more stops, the funicular tram, Buda Castle and the Fisherman's Bastion, which we'd left until last to get some after dark views of the city. Initially the plan was to take the funicular tram up to the top, but despite already being above 20,000 steps for the day, we decided we needed more, so took the walk up instead. And I couldn't be happier we did, as we saw so much more this way. Making our way up through Buda Castle, the views of the city under its warm lights at night were incredible, and the many narrow streets and alleys on the way up made it a great walk for photography. Upon reaching the funicular, I managed to get a few shots as it passed, but my favourite has to be this shot of a couple looking out from the window of a tram. Finally, we made our way to the Fisherman's Bastion, where I'd end up getting some of my best shots of the trip. This incredible work of architecture was built in the late 19th century, and its towers and terraces provide another great spot to look out over the city. Dramatic and cinematic shots came very naturally here, especially on the steps up to the bastion, which made a great frame for people walking through. A highlight here was this shot of a man making his way into the bastion while holding an umbrella. This one looks like it could be straight from a film. By this point the rain still hadn't let up, but that only added to the moody shots I captured at the Fisherman's Bastion, as I find umbrellas always add something extra to street photography. We ended the trip with something I'd been excited for the whole time, the Flipper Museum, or the Budapest Pinball Museum, which is Europe's biggest pinball museum with more than 140 pinball and arcade machines. Tickets are only 5,500 forints, which is around £13 or €15, and allows you to play as much as you want for the day. I didn't do much photography here as I was pretty busy playing as much pinball as I could. The ticket price is well worth it, and I honestly could have spent a lot longer here. Sadly, we only had a couple of hours as our flight was early the next day, but this was the perfect way to end the trip. So thank you so much for joining me on my journey through Budapest. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a like, please subscribe and go and check out some of my other videos. Also go and give me a follow over on Instagram where I post all my shots. Coming up next on this channel is going to be my trip to Berlin earlier in the year, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you in the next one.